Minor political parties getting deregistered. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because we're certainly in an election year, and in nearly every single video, I'm encouraging people to use their preferences and vote for minor candidates, so we can send a clear message to the incumbent in the big two, which majority of us are going to have someone in the big two representing us, that they maybe need to put a bit of effort in. I'd love to see one of the big parties have to form a coalition with a minor party in the House of Reps. Wouldn't that be interesting? Have a bit of a hung parliament, mix it up a bit, make them work for their money. Now, one change that's recently happened for political parties is the number of members that they have to have. So many parties have now been deregistered, and I thought we'd have a look at some of these parties. Now, we've gone through a lot of these parties on the channel in the past, for particularly looking at their different COVID responses. But, so, up until today, several have been deregistered. On the 24th of March, VoteFlux Upgrade Democracy has been deregistered. We have a look there here. Now, that's an interesting party. I really like some of their ideas. Really where the problem is their method of implementing a kind of like a direct democracy where we vote on everything. It's very complicated and a lot of people won't understand it. Issue-based direct democracy. I like the idea of it in principle. I think I had a family member who voted for them where, you could vote for something or remotely or delegate it to someone else. I honestly think there's a future with mobile technology where we're getting to this, where we could have direct democracy. I don't know if it's going to be any better than what we have now. It could be worse, but still. And I don't think the powers that be would like this, because that would give the masses the power. Really would, not our representatives. But they've been deregistered. Notice how they say they have 8,972 registered members. But let's have a look at, we'll jump back over here. This is the explanation for it was the notice that was deregistered. We go down through here, all the steps that they did. So on the 8th of October, 2021, the Electoral Commission issued a notice to the registered officer of the party, and they requested the party provide the AEC with an electronic membership list between 1,500 and 1,650 members in order for the AEC to determine the eligibility of the party to remain registered. So notice that they wanted through that range. So even if they have 8,900 members, they only want that number, because there's a reason for this. The due date for the response was the 8th of December. They got a reminder on 16th. And on the 7th of December, they responded, provided a list of 1,649 individuals the party considers to be members of the party. On the 13th of January 2022, the party was issued with a notice of the Electronic Act that I, as a delegate of the Electoral Commission, was satisfied on reasonable grounds that the party does not have at least 1,500 members, pursuant to the Electoral Act. The party was provided with 1 month to respond to the notice. On the 13th of February, the registered officer of the party, Mr. Zapataro, provided a statement in accordance with the Act and an additional list of 4,680 individuals the party considers to be member. While in response to the notice given under Section 137, in relation to a political party, a statement is lodged under this. The Electoral Commission shall consider that statement and determine whether the political party should be deregistered for the reasons set out in the notice. So, in the decision. So, they gave them another increased list of 4,680 people. So, they've definitely got the 1,500 members on their books. I mean, VoteFlux is a name I recognize. I've seen them at running candidates at the election. And let me know in the comments if you recognize them as well. They may be a little idealistic, I think, in what they're trying to achieve, but it's fantastic that they're there, they're organized, and they're stepping up, and they're putting ideas on the table. So, it's determined that VoteFlux Upgrade Democracy be deregistered for reasons set out in this notice. So they've taken into account this notice, the reminder letter, everything that's been done. And the response on the 13th of February. So, the membership testing methodology and formula provided by the ABS. So, finding of facts. On the material before me, I made the following findings. No member of the party is a member of the Parliament of the Commonwealth. So, if you have someone in Parliament, you're a party no matter what, even if you don't have enough members. The membership list lodged on the 7th of December 2021 contained details of 1,649 individuals. The membership list lodged on the 13th of February 2022 contained the details of 4,680 individuals. The membership list submitted by the party on the 7th of December contained 1,649 names of individuals that the party considered to be current members, referred to as members below. The following results were found after membership testing against the Commonwealth electoral roll. So, 1,649 automatically matched to the roll. So 1,614. Manually matched, 22. Unable to match or not enrolled on the electoral roll, 11. And deceased, 2. Now, this is an interesting one. I remember when I was talking to one of the local candidates here for the informed medical options or party. The problem they had was the people supporting them didn't vote. Many of them didn't vote, and that's a big issue when you're trying to shift against the majors. So, of the 1,636 members matched to the electoral roll, the following results identified duplicates within the membership list or duplicate members who had previously supported the registration of a registered political party or parties. So, of that number, none were under 18. Duplicates, 0. Identified as also supporting the registration of another party, 11. So they culled those. So in accordance with the random sampling provided by the ABS, a list of 1,625 members requires a random sample of 53 contactable members to confirm they are members of the party, with up to 7 denials of membership permitted. The Electoral Commission's view is that, absent of any relevant factors to the contrary, a failure to satisfy this test provided by the ABS constitutes reasonable grounds upon which a delegate of the Electoral Commission can be satisfied that a non-parliamentary political party does not have at least 1,500 members. So, and here's they took a random sample of 53 people. Maximum number of denials permitted, 7. Contacts made, 78. So some members were uncontactable or provided a neutral response, and well, then they contacted more to get that sample size of 53. Now, of that 53 they contacted, 44 said they were members, and only 9 denied membership. So they had 2 more people denied membership out of this sample size, and they failed based on that. Just 2 people. So, I mean, this is a lesson for anyone looking at getting into politics or looking at being involved with a minor party, is you've got to take care of your supporters. Accordingly, there were reasonable grounds on which I, as a delegate of the Electoral Commission, was satisfied that the party did not have at least 1,500 members. As such, the party was issued with 137 notice on the 13th of January. On the 13th of February, in response to 137 notice, and in accordance with that, the party lodged their statement of 4,680. The membership list submitted by the party on the 13th of February contained 4,600 names of individuals the party considers to be current members, referred to as members below. As a delegate of the Electoral Commission, I instructed that the top 1,650 names be tested to conform with the AEC's membership testing parameters. The following results were found after the initial membership testing against the roll. So, automatically matched, that's it, not currently enrolled. Okay. Of the 1,620 members matched to the electoral roll, the following results identified duplicates. Yep. So, 34. So, in accordance, they had 1,586. So, this time, they had 46 random sample size, 5 denials permitted. And they made 75 contacts, 29 confirmed membership, 17 denied membership. So they obviously gave the sample size of probably the first list was the best ones, the ones that they knew were involved in the party. And, they didn't do too very well on this one here. So, I've considered the statement lodged by the party on the 13th of February, setting out reasons why the party should not be deregistered. In your January 30 correspondence, you said, yep, we do not believe such a decision will be based on reasonable grounds. This is because the AEC's methodology is flawed. Below, we will detail why we believe that this is the case and provide reasonable evidence to back it up. We have 3 arguments supporting our case. Each argument is individually sufficient to show that the decision by the AEC to deregister the party would not be based on reasonable grounds. Each argument is a decisive criticism of the current methodology. Statistical method used fails 10% of the time for borderline cases. We have sufficient membership and provided evidence. Yes, I mean, based on observations, 4,680 is a lot more than 1,500. We reject any decision to register the party on the grounds that it is in conflict with reality. I reject the reasons outlined by the party in its statement provided on the 13th of February 2022 for the following reasons. The party failed membership testing for exceeding the maximum number of permitted denials according to the ABS methodology. The Electoral Act defines an elector as someone... Yep, so they're not... Yeah. So... They've got review rights, so we'll have to see if they do it. But it looks like they have been deregistered now. They're off the roll. So Vote Flux is gone. And so they had a fairly hefty number of members, everyone. They're not the only party that's been deregistered. There's a few others I want to look at as well. But I thought it'd be interesting to go through this process because, well, I've never gone through it before, so I wanted to learn about it. So, the Christian Democratic Party, Fred Nile Group, is deregistered on the 17th of March. And that's an interesting situation there. There's some good podcasts about what's kind of happened there. The Australian Progressives, they're gone. The Democratic Labour Party are gone. The Socialist Equality Party are gone. Oh, I'm not sad about that, actually. I'll download them as well, just so we can see. I want to see how many members they actually have, guys. But yeah, we'll look at that one a bit later. The No 5G Party, the Australian Affordable Housing Party, which you'd think with this election, it would be their time to shine. It really would. But see, some of these parties feel like vanity projects, or they should be lobby groups. They shouldn't be political parties. You've got the Science Party, Love Australia or Leave, the Independents Can, Australia First Party, New South Wales, the Secular Party of Australia. So all of these have been deregistered this year. And then you've got Transport Matters and a few others last year. So you can see here with the Women's Party has deregistered. How did they let that happen? The Child Protection Party is deregistered. The Together Party, the Republican Party of Australia is deregistered. The Small Business Party. So a lot of parties haven't been able to meet these requirements. Now, if we have a look here, the Australian Progressive Party is another one that's deregistered. And if we jump over and have a look, let's have a look at how they went with it. A reminder, they got a list of 1,532, and I think let's have a look at their numbers. So of that, they had 1,475. As the total number of members dropped below the requisite 1,500 members, no further membership testing was undertaken. So, unable to match or on the roll and deceased. So, if your party member's deceased, if you're this close to the 1,500, I mean, this is the thing. You would have had to have had a membership drive after the rules changed. Now, they've been given sufficient time to really bolster their membership. But it's hard if you're not in an election cycle to... Australians are pretty politically apathetic, aren't we? So the party was given notice on the 11th of January. On the 11th of Feb, in response, they lodged a statement with the Electoral Commission setting out why the party should not be deregistered and provide a list of 1,576 members. And again, automatically match, unable to match to the electoral. What's this? Current members. Okay. After initial membership testing against the rule. So there you go. Wow. Okay. So they couldn't provide the numbers. So the Australian Progressives have been deregistered. They didn't even have to do the testing for it here. And if we jump back here, we've got the Affordable Housing Party. You know, just a single issue party. So this should be a lobby group, really. It shouldn't be a political party. Because the problem is it gets confusing with a whole lot of people. And if we jump here, we can see, I mean, I don't think they even responded. Yeah, they didn't even respond to the request for information. And then we also have another party here, Love Australia or Leave. So, you know, this seems like a vanity project for Kim here. And I think there's not even an explanation here. They've just been deregistered, everyone. So a whole range of parties are getting culled. Now, let's have a look at the commies, guys, the Socialists. Let's see, because they've got a decision notice. We'll have a look here. So what's this? Yep, did they send a list? Okay, they provided a list of 1,650 members. They had it. And what did they... okay, on the 27th of January, I gave the registered officer of the party notice that I was considering deregistering the party because I was satisfied on reasonable grounds that the party did not have at least 1,500 members. The party was given a month to respond. Okay, so let's have a look down here. So here's the 1,650, 479 manually matched. Yep, unable to see. So they had 1,592. So they had duplicates were 3, identified as also supporting another registered party. So that took them down to 1,500. So the membership, they had 42 as a sample size. 4 denials were permitted. 70 contacts were made. Confirmed membership 28. Denied membership 14. So there you go. They failed. They did pretty badly with this one compared to the Flux Party. So the Flux had more people that were probably not embarrassed to say they were members of the... wait, no, this is Democratic Labour Party. Democratic Labour Party. That's not the Socialist Party. What am I doing here? Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait, I'll find it. The Socialist Equality Party. Okay, we'll open that one. Well, that's why the Democratic Labour Party didn't last. If we have a look here, this is the, what do we have here? This is the Socialist Equality Party. Did they get a response in? The party was issued with a notice, provided a statement according to the Electoral Act. So they didn't even respond. Well, there you go. I mean, so how many of these parties are on the books? What are they doing? Are they still getting donations? Are they even doing anything if they can't even respond to this? Oh, no. They provided a list of 700 members, so they only had 700 members. So, I mean, there you go. Not many socialists. Well, they're all in the Greens and Labour. And then we have the last party I thought we'd have a look at is the No 5G Party, everyone. And they're people that are still scared of 5G. I don't know why. There's a lot of information showing. You know, it's been used a lot, guys. It's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. You know, those frequencies have been used before. So let's have a look here. How did they go? They had 1,063 members. So 1,063, and they didn't meet the 1,500 people. So right there. So guys, I thought it would be interesting just to see, go through the process of some of these parties getting deregistered. Because, well, if you're involved in supporting a minor party, you want to make sure they have the numbers. You want to step up and get involved. And I know it's hard, and I know we've all got way too much going on with our lives, guys. I know what it's like. So we'll have to see what happens in this coming election. The budget is coming out. We'll have to have a look at that when it's out. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for this episode of HeiseSays. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the content I create, there are a few ways you can help us out. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon, and thank you to everyone who financially supports the channel. You can sign up for share trading at SelfWealth or Stake. You can use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband, or even buy our merch. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. And, well, make sure your minor party you're in has enough members, everyone. 1,500 people, you got to keep them engaged. You really do, particularly for that sample size. We'll have to see if Vote Flux manages to come back. We'll have to see how they go. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.